Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And every baseball fan knows about the Astros cheating scandal with the garbage cans. Mike Fiers, known to be the whistleblower of that after he left the Astros, going on to tell what was going on with the Astros that season as they went on to win the World Series. Well, now to a lesser extent, there is another player who is saying some things about his former team. No, not as big a deal, but still. Ex-White Sox reliever Keynan Middleton rips club's no rules culture. So the White Sox were a disappointing team last season. Tony La Russa, seen past his prime as a manager. Game passed him by. They let him go. Pedro Grifol was supposed to bring back the culture needed for the White Sox to be successful. We knew the AL Central was not going to be a good division. Well, the White Sox are even worse this season. Keynan Middleton was traded to the Yankees this trade deadline. So he spoke with Jesse Rogers of ESPN. And he had this to say: "We came in with no rules. I don't know how you police the culture if there are no rules or guidelines to follow because everyone is doing their own thing. Like, how do you say anything about it because there are no rules? You have rookies sleeping in the bullpen during the game. You have guys missing meetings. You have guys missing PFPs, pitcher fielding practices, and there are no consequences for any of this stuff." Multiple sources who corroborated Middleton's account to ESPN said a pitcher was seen napping during games as well as skipping fielding practice. When contacted Sunday night about Middleton's remarks, the White Sox said they had no comment. So just mentions all the players the White Sox traded off near the deadline. So this is White Sox Dave via his X, aka Twitter. Rogers named names this morning. So Jesse Rogers went on to name a few players who were part of that culture.
It's the ones Grandal is no friend to the pitchers. Moncada is no hard worker who is there for his team or his teammates. It's the guys Eloy is kind of happy-go-lucky, but really isn't the hard worker, at least according to people that I talk to. So shipping out those players would be a start, right?
So that was, that was Jesse Rogers saying how the White Sox can change that culture. He said he heard from numerous people. Not sure if Middleton was one of those people because Keynan didn't name names, but Yasmani Grandal, no friend to any of the pitchers. Grandal is a longtime veteran in MLB, one of the highest paid catchers in the league. Yoan Moncada and Eloy Jimenez, two guys who joined the White Sox as super prospects. Eloy Jimenez just hasn't been able to stay healthy. Meanwhile, Yoan Moncada really struggling this season and really hasn't put it together in his career. You see the MLB standings. Heck, the White Sox were at least 500 last season. This season, despite being in the worst division in baseball, 14 games behind the Twins in the AL Central at 45 and 68. So Keynan Middleton puts the White Sox on blast. He also mentioned he doesn't blame all this on Pedro Grifol, saying that he's heard this culture was there prior to the White Sox hiring Grifol. So, part of that might be on Tony La Russa. Part of that might even be before Tony La Russa. But clearly some things need to change for the White Sox. Won the World Series in 2005. Haven't had much success since then. What are your thoughts on the Chicago White Sox and Keynan Middleton's comments? Don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.